This week on the Gadget Show Web TV, Otis is testing out some computer software that allows you to draw with your voice. And John's got a first look at the latest surround sound system from LG, plus the latest in gadget tech news. Hello and welcome once again to the Gadget Show Web TV. Later, Otis will be subjecting you to his singing voice in the name of art, but first here's John checking out LG's latest surround sound system.
LG isn't a brand that immediately springs to mind when you think of all-in-one home theatre systems, but as one of the world's largest manufacturers of LCD panels, it's hardly surprising that they make the sound systems to go with them. This is one of their latest, the HT953TV, and quite clearly it isn't one of those systems that's designed to blend in unobtrusively to your room. It's definitely there to be noticed. All the speakers, all 6 of them, including the subwoofer, the central speaker and the stand speakers, are all finished in a distinctly glossy black finish, and the stand speakers sit on really quite prominent chrome and red bases. It would all complement most black TVs pretty well, although obviously it would go particularly well with LG's Scarlett range. Now, the actual control unit, the actual player, is quite a design feature as well. It has its own larger stand, also in chrome and red. It's got a touch on button there. Then you put your CD or DVD into the slot in the side. Now, there's no Blu-ray player in there, unfortunately, although the DVD does upscale to 1080p. Now, there are touch controls on the panel there, or alternatively you can control it via the remote from a reasonable distance. It also has an iPod connection slot, which takes not only traditional iPods but also the latest iPhone 3G, and then you can control them either via the touch panel or via the remote. Anyway, enough of the facilities. The important question is, what's the sound like and what sort of pictures does it produce? And the quality of pictures on DVD playback is indeed pretty good. I don't think you'll be disappointed with the upscaling effect. And the sound is really rather impressive. It's a very controlled, natural sound. It's got a very good sense of soundscape and positioning of sounds. It's loud enough without having a sort of overpowering characteristic to the bass.
Excited about the high-speed motoring, and the mere thought of using the full 510 horsepower gets the adrenaline pumping.
They say that the veteran hi-fi guru Mark Levinson has fine-tweaked the sound, and he seems to have done a pretty good job. At least that's if you leave it on the bypass natural settings. As usual with these systems, you can get a range of audio effects you can dial in depending on actually what you're watching, and there's one really rather unusual one. It's called a virtual sound matrix. This means that you get 5 extra virtual speakers on top of your 5 ordinary speakers to give you a sort of 10.1 surround sound effect. They say that gives you a more surround sound feel. I don't think it works that well though. It certainly does give you an added volume to the sound, but at the cost of quite a bit of confusion, especially when you're watching a film. It's slightly better on audio CD. It can be a more interesting effect, but I think on balance most of the time you're going to leave it bypassed. Not that you're restricted to audio CD and DVD. There's also a USB socket in the back, and you can play MP3s through that, or DivX movies. Disappointments are that there is no version with Blu-ray included. It seems a shame to get such an elegant system and then immediately have to clutter it up with a box. Also, there are very few inputs on the player overall. Just one HDMI, for example, just one optical input. So if you had an Xbox, a PS3, a Blu-ray player and a Skybox, you'd immediately be into the realm of optical and HDMI splitters, further adding to the clutter. Also on the negative side, I think the remote isn't responsive enough. It can seem to take a bit of a second or so for it to respond, and that could get irritating over time. Overall though, I think it's an excellent sounding system for the money.
Right, now it's time for the news. And first up, Panasonic have added a new addition to its Lumix G1 range, the DMC GH1. Now the GH1 is based around the newly developed 12.1 megapixel high-speed live MOS sensor and has the ability to record in full 1080p high-definition video. The long zoom interchangeable lens allows for continuous autofocusing, has a silent motor and was designed specifically to support high-definition video recording. Now there's a video record button on the back of the camera which will allow users to instantly start recording video even whilst taking still pictures, which means that you won't have to miss that all-important moment by going into settings and changing from still to video function. It's also got an intelligent viewfinder on the back with a built-in eye sensor, and it will turn on automatically when a user's eye is positioned against the viewfinder. It will then turn itself off and turn on the 3-inch LCD display on the back of the camera when the user's eye is removed. Now there's no word yet on how much the GH1 is going to cost or when it will make an appearance in the UK. Next, Asus have designed a dual touchscreen flipbook concept as part of the community-designed PC project initiated by Asus and Intel. The concept is a result of ideas contributed by users all around the world and is still very much work in progress. It was showcased at CeBIT earlier this year, and the multi-platform device can be used as a conventional notebook with multi-touch screens, a virtual keyboard with touchpad, and even an e-book, where users can flip the pages through intuitive gestures or touchscreen. Now there's no word yet on whether this concept will become an actual product, but I'm guessing it all depends on the feedback given. Right, now it's time to join Otis in the office, where he's been testing out some new drawing software with the help of the Gadget Show production team. Get your fingers ready because it could be quite painful.
This is something you might want to try. It's a website that enables you to draw using your voice. Low volume creates a counterclockwise curve. Medium volume, a straight line. And high volume, a clockwise curve. As you can see, I've already mastered it myself, but is anyone else in the office as good? Take a seat. We'll create a new palette for you.
I might get a few strange looks being this mood of the office.
Well, it depends on the noises you choose to make.
Is that medium or low?
That's it. Volume, not pitch.
Oh, so it's loudness.
Yes.
Can I scream? I'm just looking at the recording button.
I'm really impressed with what you've achieved here. Yeah, it's
Quite blobby.
yeah, splodgy. Let's see who else wants to go.
I don't know.
Wow, you drew three blobs.
I made some circles, but it's not moving.
Cherries.
Bring back the boys' big brown blue baseball bat.
Very well enunciated there, and as you can see, it's produced a
Lovely.
big black splodge of a circle.
Do I just scream? Would that work?
Or say something really bad.
Oh look, I'm making another cherry.
Sally saw Sylvester stacking silver sauces side by side.
Again, perfectly executed, and another big black splodge.
I've got a cold, it's not very easy.
How about something really loud? Dog. It's amazing what people see in their splodges. This could be some kind of psychoanalysis tool. That's you, really.
I'm obviously incompetent. I think I'd have to just stick with a pen, which is obviously what any sane person would do in the first place.
No. Nothing.
No.
Bit gutted about that.
Yeah. That's what your singing does to this program.
Going downhill.
It's a fun application, especially watching people make strange noises and funny faces as they're trying to get to grips with it.
No, it doesn't look like a thing anymore, does it?
But it's not very accurate and is obviously still in its infancy stages. So maybe after some time working on the software, we'll have a better product in a few years' time.
Well, unfortunately, that's it for this week, but we'll be back at the same time next week with more Web TV. See you then.